Hi, welcome back to ODE YouTube channel and to another video where I show you the pens that I received during the last month of June 2021. There are few pens that I got as duplicates. I will not show them, there's no need for that, and I will even show you a pen that I received for review as a loan, not for myself, but I'll show you basically the pens that I got, and they are quite a lot. And let's start with this one. This is the Scribo Puma Utopia. This pen was sent to me for review by Appleboom. I will leave links below if you want to check the pen. And it is a very nice pen. A Scribo, it says there. It doesn't have that stranger to me. Apparently some people here on the channel told me it was very comfortable to use, but the Scribo feel that has a different shape. It has a bulky barrel, a bulky cap, and it narrows down here in the middle. This one is, I think it's a very nice shape, all rounded except for a plain facet there where you can see Scribo, and the other one where there is nothing. And in this plain facet we have the clip, and we have there a little feather or a puma there. When you unscrew it, you have these piston filler, cartridge filler pen, and it's more on the empty side now. I'll have to ink it up again to make the review. I've used it quite a lot now. I really find this material beautiful. I'm not usually a big fan of this kind of cracked ice, or I don't know if I think this is kind of the name that people use for this pen. I'm not usually a big fan of it, but I think this one looks really gorgeous. I didn't find the nib that exciting, but when writing I think it is. It has one strange thing, is when you look at it, it doesn't properly align this facet with this one, but I believe this is to give some room as you wear down the pen a little more, that maybe 1 millimeter off will just align perfectly with use, instead of having a perfectly aligned pen when you get them and then things get loose and get out of alignment. So if this is the idea, I think it is a nice one, because if you force it a little bit you can actually align them. But this pen is not mine, I will not force anything because it is just for a loan. So Scribo is a pen that has lots of inspiration by the no longer available Omas, and when we look at the Omas, I have only one. It is this Omas Milord. That is a pen that I got and I didn't find it exciting, but now it is, and I will make a review about it, and I will tell you the story behind it, why now I can write with it. And this one is a piston filler, but we can also see there are the facets, and when we look at the shape of the nib of the Scribo is larger, but I can really see there is some kind of common shape on the nib. It's more narrow and longer, and I think they have something in common in terms of inspiration, so I find them, I can see some similarities. However, I find the nib on the Omas to be, both are fine nibs, but I find the nib on the Omas to be has a more thick line, or has a thicker line. Now, for the next pen that I received, it is a pen that is very nice. This is a pen that has been reviewed before by some other people, not by me. And I think this is a very interesting pen from China. This is the KAIGALU 316A Blue, and this 316A, this one has a very beautiful material. It has a very nice cap band. You can almost unscrew all the parts of the pen if you want. I don't do that. It's just a little bit strange to unscrew all the pen when I get one. And you have this KAIGALU nib where you can find the mother kangaroo with the baby kangaroo there, and you unscrew this and you have a cartridge or converter filled pen. This is one of those Parker duofold kind of shape, and I think this is very, very nice pen, quite wet. You have the kangaroo there also on the top. And so this is a model that has some years now, but now they revived it as this variation. This is the, as I told you, the 316A. It was released, as far as I can understand, in 2021. There was the version, the older from last year, 316, that was like this. It's actually the same kind of pen, but this one was more traditional with that kind of duofold look, Parker duofold look, because you have black section and black end of the barrel and also the black end of the cap. So this was the 2020 version, little different from that. And an older one that is heavier than all the other, which is the previous version that was available only in 3 colors. Now it is available in many colors, and this was the Tiger Eye, and it also has a very nice material, but the same kind of pen as the yellow. Just when they released 2020 edition, they made in many other colors, a little lighter, and then they moved to the 316A, which has also amazing colors, more new colors, and some differences with the cap band and the ends of these parts that are all, even the section, are all in the same color of material instead of being black as both these two pens. And we will move from Italy to China and to Italy again, and there is one brand that I like. I tried a couple of pens from them. One of them had a large exposed nib, Aurora Optima, but this is an Aurora Auretta, which was a school pen, but this one is made of steel, and I think it's not that common. And I have to say that I really like these kind of Aurora pens, these vintage ones that have these semi-hooded nibs like this one. I really enjoy it. I think they are very nice. This one is metal. You can see Aurora. No, you can see not Aurora. You can see Auretta there engraved. It is a cartridge pen that takes Aurora proprietary cartridges only, which are the older Aurora cartridges, no longer available. They are not the modern ones that are compatible with Parker and Lamy. These are older, but you can fit inside these pens a cartridge from platinum, and I find that nice because you can buy new cartridges and fit inside these pens and have them working. So this was a kind of a more inexpensive school pen, and when I look at the Aurora Auretta, it really makes me remind of the Parker 45. Here there is a steel version also, and you have a pen that has overall the same kind of concept, a small semi-hooded nib, the section which is longer on the Parker, and the biggest difference we can find is that this nib unit can be unscrewed and replaced, exchanged with another one easily, and the Parker doesn't. This one doesn't secure very well when it is posted, but you can post it, and you can also post the Parker, and both become larger sized pens, and I think they have some stuff in common. I think I mentioned it before when I made a video about the Parker 51, because the Parker 51 gave origin to a pen that was Aurora 88. I will show it in a moment. And so the Aurora 88 was the version of the Parker 51, and then the Aurora evolved to a cartridge pen, which was the Duocart, and I think the Duocart was I think the Parker 45 was the Parker's version of the Aurora Duocart. Now we move into a new pen, another pen, which is this one also, a Aurora pen, and this one has a more distinctive clip. It has still the price tag on the cap, and this is the Aurora 2K, 2-cart K, and I talked about it a lot when I received it. I mentioned it in some other videos, and I'll make the review, I'll talk more about it. But what is this pen? This is just a version older than the Auretta, and it was just a version of that Aurora 88. So let me show you. The Aurora 88 was this pen, and it was a piston filler, but when you uncap them, you will see the same kind of nib, same kind of section. Of course, this one is smaller. This one has a ring there because of the turning knob. This one doesn't because it has just one piece, but they are inspired in the same pen, and you can understand that the nib in this one is similar to that one, both gold, and similar to the nib on the Auretta, which is made of steel. And I also compare it with another pen that came much after, which is a modern one. So this is a Duocart called just 2-cart K. This is the 88, and this is the Aurora Duocart, the modern version, which is more similar to an older version of the Aurora Duocart. So there are lots of models on these pens, and I find this very nice and interesting, and you can see there are some similarities, and I think this all makes lots of sense. I will not talk much more about this. I have to say that I'm really enjoying this pen. It was one of the, I would say, most exciting findings in terms of investigation of what the pen is, and I'm quite happy with that, but I will not spend much more time now. Then I'll make a review and I'll talk again about our research on this. And I say our because I did some research on it. I also had some viewers doing the same thing and comparing this pen with their pens, and I think we could reach some conclusions. Now, these were the 4 non-Kaweco pens. From now on till the end of the video, we are only talking about Kaweco because this was a very, very good month for Kaweco. And so, let's see. This is a very interesting pen. This is the Kaweco Galen leather violet. Very, very beautiful pen. It has Galen leather there engraved. It was an exclusive edition for the Turkish store, Galen leather. It is a transparent pen, but in an opposite way of Ice Sport, which is no longer available. This one it is all transparent and all the same color instead of a clear barrel and just the section and the cap with a color. This pen is very, very nice. I like the gold accents, and I think it is nice. I was saying I'm not going to show you duplicates because I bought 2. And this one is very nice. You can try to find it, but they were out of stock in a week, so they are no longer available in the store. So this is the second run from Galen leather, and I'm curious to see what they are going to do next year, and I hope they will do something next year. And this was the version, the previous version, which was the Cognac by Galen leather. Also a very nice, interesting pen that was made before and was no longer available and very sought after by collectors. So these Galen leather are going in a very nice way with Kaweco, and I just wonder what they will do next. Now, we will go to I can say more interesting. It doesn't mean they are more beautiful, but they are not vintage, they are older and very hard to find Kaweco pens, and that amazes me a lot. So, I got several pens. This one I got from a store which is called I Need a Pen, which is kind of a branch of Fontoplumo. And this is the Kaweco Sport Titan Black. And the Titan Black has this kind of metal lacquered cap. It is plastic, but it's kind of a metal lacquer, and it has a matte finish to it. It has the chrome trim, so the nib is still with the natural color and has this kind of feed. And I don't know if I can show it to you. I hope you can see it. It has kind of a guilloche pattern engraved there. I'm not sure you will be able to see it well. So it has a pattern there and it is black. It was nice to get this pen because I already had the Titan in blue, which is the same pen, exactly the same one, but this one has transparent blue instead of just a solid blue. But very similar pen, and I'm very happy to get this one. From the same time the Titan was released, also the Galvano was released. This is another pen that I got from I Need a Pen, and it has a shiny cap, so this is the Galvano, and it has the same pen as the Titan Blue, just the cap is different. And I already had the Galvano Black, so now I have the Galvano and Titan series complete, which is always nice. So this was a very good addition to my Kaweco collection, and yes, I'll make a video of all my Kaweco collection in only one video, as I promised you. Let me just organize the pens here. I'll make a video of all my Kaweco, but I still need to plan it a little bit and work on it because it will take a long time, and I need to be sure I will make it in the most useful way for the viewers. The next pen that I received also from I Need a Pen was this thing. This is the Kaweco by Diplomat from the start or the restart of Kaweco in the 1990s, and this is the Kaweco by Diplomat in green. This was something that Kaweco did to come back, and the agreement with Diplomat was a way to have to go inside the distribution. So I now have this green, which has this kind of nib, gold plated, and I already had the transparent by Diplomat, the blue with the guilloche by Diplomat, and the black with guilloche by Diplomat. And I know there is red, yellow, and the other blue, and there is also a brighter green, and so there are some other variations, and I'm not sure, but I believe there was also a white, because I never saw a white version of that pen, but I saw a white version of the Kaweco by Diplomat ballpoint pen. So I suppose that the other one should exist also somewhere, not nowhere. So if anyone knows about one, please let me know, because I would love to get one. Now, the other pen that I got was this. This is a very rare pen, in my opinion. I only saw, before this one, I only saw two versions. I saw one with a seller, and it was a rollerball, not a fountain pen, and I didn't buy it. And then I saw one in our Kaweco collectors and users group on Facebook, and the seller, the owner of that one, didn't want to sell it, so I just asked it for a photo for the Kaweco Madness website. This looks like those kitchen counter surfaces, and it is a very nice, interesting finish, very uncommon. I don't know anything about this. I don't have any information, time frame, nothing. If I would have to bet something, I would say it would be from the same age as this very interesting, the Kaweco Ranger Sport. However, these should be more recent because the Ranger Sport had this kind of different way of being with a black section and a nib from Schmidt, which was not marked as Kaweco. But so this is an early pen, I would say also maybe from the 1990s or early 2000s, but again, I cannot be sure because no information is available. And the next pen, or the next 3 pens, came from a seller that contacted me because of the Kaweco Madness website and told me he had these pens and he was willing to sell them, and I am very grateful because I could complete another part of my collection. One of those pens was the Kaweco Bunt Sport Green. This is the older version and it is called also Soap Green. As far as I could understand, in a 2002 leaflet from Kaweco, this color, not for fountain pen but as a pencil, it was called Bunt Sport Green. So I will go for this series as Bunt Sport. This is a very bright green and I really like this color. I have to, just to compare it if you want to check with the Kaweco Classic Sport Green. This is the green that you can find available, so it's different. By the way, let me get the Kaweco Sport by Diplomat, which is also a different shade of green. Also, this seller that sold me this one had a Kaweco by Diplomat green and I didn't. But it was a duplicate, so I'm not showing it to you here, but it is the same pen. And I want to show you, by the way, the next one, the Kaweco Bunt Sport Blue that I already had. And from this same seller, I could buy the Kaweco Bunt Sport Red, which is the same thing. It's a red pen with silver trim, and the colors are, I could say they are very simple. I really enjoy these kind of colors. It's hard to explain, but I think they are so well made. They are very simple colors. It's like basic colors that you'll use to paint. I cannot call them primary colors, but the kind of feel is that. And this is the Kaweco Classic Sport Red that you can find currently still available. This is a regular production, and you have, this one has a silver trim, this one has gold trim, gold imprint there, and you can see the shade of red is not the same. And because I'm showing you this Bunt Red, the blue and the green, I need to show you the Bunt Yellow, which was also called Cav Yellow and was released with many different features. But one of the characteristics was at one point it was announced as a Spanish exclusive, but apparently not that much. There are lots of history there that I need to dig further to understand it. And this one has a different nib with no breather hole. But now this is the full Bunt Sport collection, which is complete with green, blue, red and yellow. The yellow I already had. So nice to complete parts of our collections. Now I will have another pen that I want to show you, which I got from the same person, which is this Smart Ink. It is a pen that was made for someone else, maybe this Smart Ink, I don't know what it is. And it is a blue pen with a gold colored nib, so very kind of regular edition. I have to say that I bought one pen like this from a seller online that told me it had no engravings and so on, and I went for it. The color looked a little bit different, but the pen had a cracked section, very ugly, and it was in very bad shape, and I could find there were some letters there that had been polished out, but we can still see the traces of it. And I talked to the seller and I kept the pen for spares, and the seller refunded me because it was a very bad description. The pen was not in working order, but I could not find what was written there. Now that I got this one, I could compare. The color is the same, and the other one had this imprint. So I know at least 2 of them were made. One is destroyed. I have this other one. I never saw another one, but I believe there are more out there. This color looks like the classic blue, but it is not. This is the Kaweco classic blue. One interesting thing is that Kaweco engravings are all made this way. To be in the right way is with the logo facing right, and this one is facing left, which is strange. But when you look at the color, I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell that in the video. This is the classic blue, this is the smart ink. They have different shades. I will add here to this comparison the currently available navy blue, and this one is really different from those ones. And I have also here the Kaweco by Diplomat, which I think it's more similar to that one, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not very good with colors. But so this was a fun pen, like a collaboration with someone else. But it is interesting because this must have been done by Kaweco themselves, because the pen doesn't have the Kaweco Sport engraving anywhere, just the smart ink engraving. It's not in perfect condition, but it's quite nice, and for a rare pen it's really exciting to have it. And now we will go for the last pen, which is the Kaweco Classic Sport Cappuccino. I first need to say something. As far as I knew, when the Cappuccino color was released, is the regular edition Macchiato, and I have always been told that the Macchiato was this color, and it was released as Macchiato in some places, and it was called Cappuccino in some other place. So Cappuccino and Macchiato were the same color, and this color was even called in France Praliné. So I've seen the 3 versions. But recently I had a member of our Kaweco Collectors and Users group on Facebook that told me she found this pen, and she asked me if this pen could be the Mocha, the Classic Sport Mocha, which was an exclusive for Fontoplumo, but then it was not an exclusive for Fontoplumo because it was also an exclusive for the store in Australia. I don't remember the name of the store now. It is now called Milligram. It changed the name, and it was called Caramel there, but it was the same color. I bought both, and I checked. They were exactly the same color. So she showed me the photo because these pens are very hard to photograph, and we were wondering if it was the same pen. And at one point there is also this one, which is the Coffee Cream, and we were convinced. She bought a pen, I got one, and another friend got one. And when we got, they got the pens first, and they didn't have the other versions. They didn't have the other colors, so they could not compare. I had one, but I was the last person to receive the pen, so it took a while, and I understood that they were really different. So let's see. This is the Macchiato, which is a Skyline Sport, which means it has silver trim. This is the Coffee Cream, which has the classic. It is a Classic Sport. It has gold trim. Now this is the one that was sold as Cappuccino, and this one is the one that was sold as Mocha. And there is also another brown one, which is the Caramel Brown, and then you have the Art Sport Milk and Coffee that I don't have, and there is also the Golden Espresso, which is an AL Sport. But just for this comparison, these were the ones that we were wondering which one would it be, and it was a new pen. Unfortunately, that seller only had 3. Apparently they have been released before, and maybe some people have this version thinking they have the regular macchiato, but they have the cappuccino, because there was some wrong naming for this pen out there. So this is something very interesting to talk about for Kaweco people. But okay, so these are the pens that I received. So I received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pens this month, and from these 13 pens, 9 were Kaweco, excluding the duplicates, because I got a duplicate of this, a duplicate of this, and a duplicate of this one. So excluding duplicates, this was a month full of Kawecos. Very exciting, because they have very different stuff. Because this is a video that is all made of Kaweco, I will, if you like them, I will invite you to join our Facebook group. You need to go to the link. I will leave the link below. Kaweco Collectors and Users Group on Facebook. You need to ask to join the group. I will accept you, and that's fine. And I will also put as much information as I can on my website, which is called Kaweco Madness, where I'll try to show you all the Kaweco sports that are around and I know of and I can talk about, which are not that many. And soon there will be that very long video with all the Kaweco sports. I'm not really sure when. So this is all I had to show you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is it. Soon I'll make a video of the pens that I have with ink for this month of July. And this is all. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you soon here on the channel. Bye.